Sneaky stress builders. That's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about the first little category in which I organize them, and that's going to be our distractions. As with current society, it is really, really easy to get distracted in your practice time, even if you're a professional musician or if you're a super, super devoted amateur musician. It can still sneak in, and therefore I thought it would be nice to focus on some of those and what exactly to do about them. So come on in and I'll see you on the inside. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nathalie. I'm a musician, and today we're tackling distractions that can be very, very sneaky stress builders within your practice. And for me, I very much feel it as little tension in my shoulders and my arms while I'm playing, and that really manifests itself on stage. And so I thought it would be only nice and helpful to you too if I share some of my experiences around it and what I do to try and avoid it. Does it always happen that I can avoid it? No, because as all of us, I am also human and I am very susceptible to stress. So it is definitely a work in progress, but these little things absolutely set me on the right track and help me move forward. So hopefully they do that for you too. Let's dive right in. The very first big distraction for me as a total neat freak is disorganization. And that means within my surroundings, but also within my scores. And therefore I really prioritize getting my workspace clean and basically as stress-free as I can get it, because if everything is piled up, my head just gets overloaded and I can't really focus on the music anyway. And then with scores, I'm super happy with an iPad now because I can just make the playlists within the app that I'm using and, you know, set them in order of coming program, and everything is in there, and then I can still practice, you know, the most difficult parts first and blah, blah, blah. If you have normal scores, which I still also do, and you know, this one was for my grandfather, so it's always nice to go back to it, then the same thing applies. Just make sure that they are nicely in order per concert program that you need to do. If that means that you need an overview like in a spreadsheet, or you need it on a little note right here on the piano, that's totally fine too. But make sure that the space within you are working, am I saying that right? The space in which you are working, that probably is better, that it is organized. It just frees up so much space in your brain, and then you know that you've got this, and you can just sit down and start working, and there is no question as to what to start with first or how to even begin. That's also a nice little thing that for me works very well. I have a week planner. Because I like to have an overview of my week. If I plan too much ahead, then you know, too many things pop in anyway and I need to redo it. And if I plan per day, then I have no sense of what is coming anyway. Sometimes in really, really busy times, I go super detailed as to what exactly I want to practice from a certain piece, especially if they are difficult pieces. Like I prepared the Bartók contrasts for a concert program earlier this week. That's a pretty heavy piece to work on, and I really just set sections of certain movements to practice on a certain day. And because it was very busy and I had many, many things to take care of during every day, that really helped me focus and get into the right headspace to start. And you know, in the end, the concert was a lot of fun to play. So organize. That's the very first thing. Your next best friend is going to be airplane mode. I use a metronome app, and so it is so easy. If the Wi-Fi is on, or if my data is on and I see an email come in, or I see a ping from WhatsApp, or I see whatever it is, to get distracted. So airplane mode, make sure that there are no notifications visible. Just make sure that your metronome is accessible if you need it, or use a very old-fashioned one, which is also super cool. And then just really dedicate your time to your practice. Make sure that your body feels good. Make sure that you're working on the musicality, on the technique, on everything you need in order to feel good on stage or good during your performance. And then after you've practiced for X amount of time, however long that is for you, then you can reward yourself with a little bit of scroll time if that is something that you want, or probably better, just go outside and get some fresh air and enjoy the lovely weather since summer is right here. So airplane mode is a lifesaver, especially when you're very stressed and there's a lot of things to do. It gets it done. And then thirdly, check your headspace. We can have days in which we are like, yes, today is going to be a good practice day, then awesome, use that to your advantage. It could also be a day in which you're really emotional, or you had some news that really hit, or maybe you're just super tired and it's a day for rest. Then listen to your body and work from there. No matter what you have planned for the day, music is, you know, our whole being is involved. It's our body, it's our mind, it's our emotions, everything. And if one of those things doesn't feel optimal for the practice that you need to do, then adjust the practice that you need to do. So if you have a super emotional day and you have the ability to maybe not go 100%, or you know your deadline is not the next day and you have a bit more time, then use music as a healing component and not as something like I need to practice right now because so and so is coming. Just listen to your body, listen to your emotions, channel them, and then normally it'll have a way better impact because you've been very closely linked with musicality and emotions. So it'll have an impact no matter what. If you're in a super good practice day, and you notice that maybe in the back of your mind you're thinking of that one email that you still need to send, or that one invoice, or that one whatever it might be, you might just want to take care of it first and then do your practice. I know for me that, you know, the same thing applies with that clean space. If it's not clean around my work area, then something is always nagging in the back of my mind. So then I rather just, you know, take 5 minutes and make sure that everything's out of the way so I can just sit and enjoy my practice, than that I force my practice because now I have my 45 minutes, my 1 hour, my 30 minutes, whatever it might be. And then, you know, have not super solid practice because of that one little idea that's in the back of your head. Could also be, I'm not really that kind of person. Well, it depends on the day, but that you notice that you practice the best when you have some sort of accountability. So some people really thrive on having like a work group and you have a meeting online, everyone mutes themselves and they practice together. I'm not that type of person, but if that works for you, do that. It could be that you need a camera in front of you, and that already ups your concentration levels way more than practicing without a camera ever could, and therefore you should probably do that. You don't even have to take the step to share it on social media as some artists do, but if you want to do that, then why not? By all means, do so. Anything that you notice that helps you get basically the best practice session is good. And a good practice session has nothing to do with the amount of time that you put into it. The myth of we need to practice 6 hours a day, it's a myth. It's about how much work can you put in, or how much work can you get done that is actually, you know, serving your purpose. If 6 hours a day is just too much for your body, as you know, I have practiced 6 hours a day, but I can't sustain that for a long period of time, then don't do it. If you are someone who thrives on 6 hours a day or 10 hours a day, awesome, then do it. So it's really, really depending on how you function and who you are as a human being and as an artist. But just really, really listen to what your body and your mind are telling you, and, you know, trial and error, test out, see what works best for you. And also just take into account that we can have really good days and we can have not so good days, and that is okay. So that was the vlog on distractions and how to deal with them and what maybe to make better. If you have similar experiences as I did, then leave a comment below and let me know. Or if you have extra suggestions or whatever, you can obviously also share that. It's always nice to hear from you and to learn from you. I will see you again in the next one with a music video. I'm already looking forward to it, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Take good care. Bye bye.